From an 80-year-old Harrison Ford watching a British morning show host pour him whiskey out of allegedly authentic Blade Runner glasses, to Harrison getting genuinely heated at Conan O'Brien for writing Han Solo in his interview notes as a memory aid.
Right there it says Harrison Ford, and then you had to write down Han Solo.
Yeah, I did.
You can't fucking remember that?
Here is Harrison Ford at his absolute funniest, a man so incapable of pretending to enjoy a September 2017. Harrison Ford and Ryan Gosling are deep into the London press tour for Blade Runner 2049. The next interview is supposed to be a standard 6-minute morning show chat with Allison Hammond. They sit down, they get handed 2 glasses, and Hammond drops the most chaotic icebreaker of Harrison's entire career.
Got these glasses in because these were from the original Blade Runner. This is what they used. Beautiful. So I thought, you know, attention to details for fans will probably like that.
That's so cool that you did that. Yeah. Are you a fan of the original?
Never seen it.
Glasses, supposedly from the original 1982 Blade Runner, whiskey poured into them on a live morning show. Harrison is just looking at her. His face has not changed. He is processing.
I appreciate your candor.
Bleak, dystopian, an absolute nightmare, to be honest with you. That's just my interviewing techniques. Yeah. But let's talk about the movie Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah. Cheer up.
She told the 80-year-old star of Blade Runner that his own movie is a bleak dystopian nightmare. To his face, Ryan Gosling is already dying. Harrison still has not blinked.
Did you get your knitting needles out? Because I know you like to relax.
Oh, we're going to go there.
We're going to go with the knitting.
Oh, it's going to be like that.
Look at your jumper. I just looked at your jumper and I thought...
She asked Harrison Ford if he brought his knitting needles to the Blade Runner 2049 set. Gosling has now physically left his chair. Harrison is laughing for the first time on camera in possibly a decade.
35 years since the role. How did you find the stunts?
I found them extremely difficult, which accounts for the fact that I hit this guy one time.
That's show business.
Then came the line of the interview. Harrison Ford explaining that in a real fight scene, he hit Ryan Gosling exactly once and missed every other punch.
The story is that I missed him 99 times.
She then asked Ryan Gosling, sitting in front of Harrison Ford, if Ryan would like to do a sequel to one of Harrison's movies. The example she gave him was La La Land.
You've obviously been in Blade Runner, a sequel to one of Harrison's films. Would you like to maybe be in a sequel to one of his films, maybe La La Land?
Yeah, you want to do a Young
dance.
Hercules?
You can't dance.
Can't sing.
Really?
Harrison Ford, watching a woman pitch his Blade Runner co-star a sequel to Ryan's other movie. Wheezing, according to a top YouTube comment, this is the hardest he has ever laughed in a public appearance in his entire 80-year life. If you have ever wondered what Harrison Ford looks like when he does not want to do a bit but is too polite to say no, this is the clip. Harrison has now been told a Belgian woman flew to London on holiday for the sole purpose of being in the same room as him. 2 I Knows, delivered to 2 complete strangers, with orchestral Star Wars music, on primetime British television. The look of complete resignation on his face was Harrison Ford's job in 2013, and frankly, every year since. December 2015. Force Awakens Press Tour. Conan O'Brien introduces his associate producer, Jordan Schlansky, famous in late night for being the most pretentious man alive, to ask Harrison a fan question. What follows is one of the best-paced bits in late-night history.
Fans are, of course, rabid. They know their Star Wars mythology very well. We have a fan on the show, our associate producer, Jordan Schlansky.
Conan tees it up. Schlansky walks out and immediately launches into the most insanely detailed lightsaber question ever asked in a public setting.
Hello, Jordan.
The Luke Skywalker lightsaber from the original 1977 film was made from a vintage Graflex camera flash.
He kept going. Texas Instruments calculator parts, plastic grip counts, notches in the handle.
It had 7 plastic grips attached to the handle and a Texas Instruments Exactra calculator LED bubble strip.
80 seconds of nerd-level historical analysis of Luke Skywalker's lightsaber to Harrison Ford, who looks like he is about to walk off set.
Can you please confirm whether the Force Awakens Luke Skywalker lightsaber has 6 or 7 grips?
Well, it's a great question, and definitely something for Harrison to handle.
Then Conan moves the bit into Act 2. Schlansky reveals he hand-built a Lego Millennium Falcon. 60 hours of work. He would love nothing more than for the man who flew the actual Falcon to sign it.
One of the pieces of memorabilia in my collection, in fact, the flagship piece, is a Lego Millennium Falcon that I put together in 2010. They're selling for about $5,000 now, and it took about 60 man-hours to create. And I display it with pride, but it would really mean the world to me if Harrison could sign it.
Is that okay, Harrison?
Harrison agrees. They hand him a pen, they hand him the ship, and then, with no warning, Harrison Ford does the most Harrison Ford thing he has ever done on television.
It's very delicate.
A long time.
Yeah. So I have a sharp.
He just lets it go. The entire 60-hour Lego Millennium Falcon falls out of his hands. It shatters on the floor.
That's bad.
Don't worry about it.
But you have the pen?
Yeah.
Then he asks for the pen back.
Really?
Okay.
Fine.
You're okay?
Thank you.
No, this is make it much more valuable.
Okay.
Harrison Ford, holding a fragment of the broken Lego Falcon, telling Schlansky, completely straight-faced, that it is now actually more valuable because it has been smashed. Harrison later admitted on Conan's podcast that the whole bit was scripted and a Conan writer built the ship specifically to be destroyed. April 2013. Jimmy Kimmel Live. Harrison is promoting the Jackie Robinson biopic 42. Every interviewer on Earth has been told not to ask about Star Wars. Kimmel asks within 30 seconds.
Now, I don't mean to move on to other parts of your career, but there's a Star Wars movie coming out. J.J. Abrams is directing it.
Yeah, look.
And I would love to know what your plans are for this.
Harrison shuts it down hard, so Kimmel pivots to audience questions instead, with one ground rule.
You can't say what's going on?
There's nothing, I can't talk about.
Well, we have some people in the audience who'd like to ask you some questions. Would you be all right taking some questions from the audience?
A man in the audience stands up, big nervous grin, holds the microphone. The first question to Harrison Ford, one of the most decorated American leading men of the last 40 years.
No Star Wars question?
I can't.
Okay, all right, yeah, no problem. I think we have, we have a gentleman right there.
Do you like being in movies?
Yeah.
Thank you.
That was the question. Do you like being in movies? Harrison answers it with one word. The second question is somehow even worse.
Are you hungry?
Are you hungry?
No, not really.
The second audience question to Harrison Ford on national television was, quote, "Are you hungry?" Then the third question, which is when the bit fully detonates.
Yeah, somebody,
You son of a... What do you want?
Chewbacca, the actor playing Chewbacca, has walked into the audience. He is screaming at Harrison about a woman they apparently both dated.
Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you? Always trying to blame me. You're the one who couldn't keep it in your furry pants.
Harrison Ford, on a live Jimmy Kimmel taping, is now in a public argument with a Wookiee about infidelity. Then he delivers the line that broke the studio.
He knows what he did. She was my wife. You Wookiee sack of...
Harrison, please.
He calls Chewbacca a Wookiee to Chewbacca's face. Then he gets up and walks off the set, live, on Jimmy Kimmel Live.
No, I'm out of here.
No,
No, really.
No, I really didn't
And
mean
you, I'll see you in hell.
He told Jimmy Kimmel he would see him in hell. Then he walked off, promoting his Jackie Robinson movie. November 2013, late night with Jimmy Fallon, still promoting Ender's Game. Harrison just told the story of getting his own ear pierced at a long lunch he later admitted tequila to steady his hand before piercing a 39-year-old talk show host's earlobe on live television. Harrison Ford pierced Jimmy Fallon's ear in 2013, live on a talk show, and then Fallon delivered the line that ended his own appetite for press tour stunts back to 2017. Same Blade Runner press tour as the Hammond Meltdown, Graham Norton Show. Harrison is sitting on the famous red couch right next to Ryan Gosling, telling the story of how he agreed to do Blade Runner 2049. He starts the story, and he completely blanks on his co-star's name.
They finally came up with a good with the story. I read it, and I thought it was awesome. I thought it was great. And as I read it,
he starts the story. Then he gets to the part where he needs to name Ryan Gosling, and Ryan Gosling, the man sitting 2 feet away from him on the same couch, watches Harrison fail.
I read about the character that Ryan?
It's Ryan.
Came to play, and I said, and with great enthusiasm, I called up the producers and I said, "This is great."
Ryan. Harrison Ford, in front of millions of BBC viewers, says Ryan while gesturing vaguely at Ryan Gosling. Then he goes for it anyway.
Why don't we see if we can get
Ryan
Gosling?
Yeah.
And they said, "This is a great part for Ryan Gosling."
While sitting next to Ryan Gosling. And then, instead of dropping the topic, Harrison immediately pivoted into the most Harrison Ford complaint possible.
And they said, "We've been talking to him for months." Now, wait a second. They'd only been talking to me for weeks.
He just realized, live on the BBC, that the producers were apparently talking to Ryan Gosling about Blade Runner 2049 long before they were talking to him. The lack of self-awareness is the most Harrison Ford energy that has ever existed on television. July 2023. Harrison is on Conan O'Brien's podcast promoting Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Conan has prepared interview notes. Harrison glances at the notes and spots something that genuinely sets him off.
This piece of paper right here that says born and raised in Chicago to an Irish/German father.
The setup. Conan is reading from notes. Harrison spots the notes. Then, the punchline that ended that segment.
Right there it says Harrison Ford, and then you had to write down Han Solo.
Conan O'Brien wrote down a memory aid in his interview notes. Harrison spotted it. Harrison did not let it go.
Yeah, I did.
You can't fucking remember that?
No, I can't. I can't remember Han Solo.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Conan's defense was somehow even worse than the original crime.
I wrote down because I heard that you were in some of the Star Wars films. And this was news to me because I've seen those films and I don't exactly think you pop.
Conan told Harrison Ford to his face that he doesn't pop in Star Wars. Then he listed the only Star Wars characters he can actually remember by name.
I remember Chewbacca. I remember the bad guy with the black helmet. And then there's some people.
Then, Harrison delivered the surgical strike that ended the entire 2023 Indiana Jones press tour.
How come you're not still on television?
I think it's quite obvious why I'm not still on television.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford, asking Conan O'Brien on his own podcast why his TV show got canceled. Earlier in the episode, Conan had tried to compliment Harrison's career on the old late-night show.
I want to say something to you, which is that I have, you came on my show many, many times on the late night show. And over the years, people would say, who's one of your favorite guests? And I would say Harrison Ford, because he's so goddamn funny. You would come on the show. Have you seen these appearances?
Of course I have, yeah.
You are so hilariously funny.
Conan tells Harrison Ford he was one of his all-time favorite late-night guests. The most heartfelt thing one TV legend can say to another, Harrison's response.
You guys wrote some great stuff for, I remember, I don't remember any of it, to tell you the truth.
Do you know who I am at this moment?
He does not remember a single sketch. He does not remember any of the bits. He is also not entirely sure who Conan O'Brien is anymore. Then Conan tries to recover by talking about going to see the new Indiana Jones in theaters. He mentions the special lie-down recliner seats.
Like those two levels, a regular theater, and then they have those lie-down ones where you can get food and take a nap, you know?
No.
Conan told Harrison Ford, the literal star of the movie, that he bought a nap seat to see the new Indiana Jones in theaters.
That's a nice thing to say to Harrison Ford. I bought a napping seat to go see your movie.
By the end of the episode, Conan O'Brien was apologizing to Harrison Ford on behalf of himself. Harrison Ford had not budged. 23 years before that podcast, June 2000, the American Film Institute is honoring Harrison Ford with the 28th Life Achievement Award. The biggest night of his career. Every co-star he has ever had is in the room, and the producers made the historic decision to let Princess Leia herself deliver the toast.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Carrie Fisher.
Carrie Fisher walks up to the podium of the AFI Life Achievement Award and opens her speech with one of the cleanest single-line zingers in tribute speech history.
Hi, my name is Carrie, and I'm an alcoholic. Oh, sorry, wrong group. Well, actually, maybe not.
Carrie Fisher accidentally introduced herself at an AA meeting at the AFI Life Achievement Award. The Hollywood audience is howling. Harrison is in the front row, laughing nervously. Then, Carrie pivoted. Hard.
Whenever I start to talk, Harrison gets nervous. And you really should stop getting so nervous because it turns out I have a terrible memory.
Harrison gets nervous when Carrie Fisher talks. She told the room, to his face, at his own AFI tribute. Then she walked the room into the most quoted joke of the entire ceremony.
When I first saw Harrison on the set of Star Wars, he struck me as, I don't know, epic in a way. He had that icon energy. He had that Tracy Bogart thing.
She set up the math. Carrie was 19 on the set of the original Star Wars in 1977. Harrison was 33. Then she gave the room the punchline.
I was 19 and he was 63. But he looked 33 or under. Well, I became completely infatuated with him. It was like a high school crush.
The eventual confession of the months-long affair on the original Star Wars set was still 9 years away from publication, but everyone in that AFI room in 2000 understood exactly what they were watching. Then, she landed the final beat.
You may not know this, but Harrison hated love scenes. Well, actually, I think you just hated them with me.
Harrison Ford, at his own AFI Life Achievement ceremony, publicly roasted by Princess Leia about how much he hated kissing her on the set of Star Wars. And in a vintage Harrison Ford move, he just sat there, smiling, not denying any of it.